Only about exhibitions, but it's packed with insightful discussions and opportunities galore. And the Gauteng Convention and Events Bureau, which is a business unit within the Gauteng Tourism Authority, is dedicated to supporting the business event sector and, of course, implementing strategic initiatives to ensure that it continues to market and position the region as one of the world's top meeting destinations. Well, Meetings Africa has already started in Senting, and we now cross back to Leanne, and I believe she's with the head of the Gauteng Convention and Events Bureau, Nonnie Kubeka. Leanne, it's over to you.
Yes, indeed, I am. Thanks very much, Simpiwe. Well, in terms of just telling you a little bit more about the Gauteng Convention and Events Bureau, it's a business unit within Gauteng Tourism, and it's dedicated to supporting the business events sector and implementing strategic initiatives, basically to ensure that it continues to market and position the region as one of the world's top tourism and meeting destinations. So we're going to continue this conversation with my guest who you've introduced to us, Nonnie Kubeka. She's the head of Gauteng Convention and Events Bureau. Great to have you here on Morning Live. Thanks so much for being our guest.
Thank you, Leanne. Good morning to the viewers at home.
Now, talk to us about Gauteng once again getting to host this event, because it's been in Gauteng for as long as I can remember, actually. So it keeps coming back here. How did you manage to get it here again?
We are a business destination and would like to make sure that we keep it that way. Because we are the economic hub of Africa, we'd like to make sure that we keep on bringing business into Africa in terms of bringing international world conferences and incentive and exhibition or events into the destination. But not only for South Africa, but for other African destinations, so that they can benefit from it. Because if we grow the African economy, it will help us, all of us, to grow the economy of the continent, not only for South Africa. So we've bid for it, and we're maintaining in keeping it in Gauteng, so that we can also maintain our economy as a hub. You know,
it's fantastic. But as you say, I mean, this is one of the biggest events, if not the biggest event on the continent when it comes to meetings and showcasing the world, not only what South Africa has, but what the African continents have, well, the different countries on the African continent have as well. What work goes in behind the scenes to put off an event like this? It must be massive.
You know, it's quite a lot, because it's not a year's work, it's years of work, because we need to mine the people that will bring, or the businesses that will bring into the destination maybe 5 years in advance, so that we know exactly what kind of businesses or what kind of world conferences or exhibitions that we need to bring into the destination. So it's planning 5 years in advance, and every year we bring new innovative ways of bringing this business into the destination. But also, it's not only to benefit South Africa, but to benefit Africa. So this year's event, where we bringing hosted buyers from all over the world just to see our destination, so that they can decide to bring their world events into our destination, and make sure that we showcase what we have to offer, not only for meetings, but also for the leisure offerings, because we've got beautiful scenery in Africa, not only in South Africa, but we talk about the Kilimanjaros, we talk about all other, African sceneries that we can offer and package together.
Yeah, there's not much that Africa doesn't have when it comes to beauty. It's beyond magnificent. Let's talk about Gauteng, because when you were saying there's not only the meeting side, there's also the beauty that it has to offer. I thought you were going to say Gauteng has so much beauty, and it really does. It really does. Some people don't realize that you think that it's just about meetings and conventions and business and indoors. But when you go outside into Gauteng, you travel a couple of kilometers outside of the city, and it's unbelievable. And I know this has been on the top of the agenda for Gauteng Tourism to try and get this out there and show people, don't just come here for business, enjoy it. How is that going?
You know, when it comes to Gauteng, the nice thing about Gauteng is that you can travel within 45 minutes and you are in the rural areas of Gauteng and you can relax, you know, and have the scenic beauty and, you know, and have the big five within the city landscape. We've got the Dinokeng Game Reserve, we've got the Cradle of Humankind, we've got the air ballooning, we've got the heritage, the history and heritage, we've got the Constitutional Hill. So we're trying to make sure that we attract as many people as possible to our leisure offerings, because we've got a different lifestyle. People come here for fashion. You know, we offer the highest end of fashion. We also now going towards not only fashion in terms of clothing, but also fashion in terms of cosmetic surgery, cosmetic beauty, and all other things that has to go with fashion. So we can change a 70-year-old to look like a 25-year-old. So it's all about, you know, fashion tourism. So we're changing it not only into business, we call it pleasure, where it's business and leisure, so that you don't only come to visit friends and family in our destination, but once you're visiting, you also change your look, not in terms of clothing, but in terms of how, you know, not only in terms of business also, but also in terms of your look and your status and all those things.
So you tell your friends and family you're coming on a safari in Africa, and then you come back looking 20 years younger. Yeah. Not a bad plan. I like it. Going forward with Meetings Africa, how are we looking? For Gauteng, have you signed up a couple of more years? Do you reckon it's going to stay here for a while?
Meetings Africa, for now, we've got 3 more years in Gauteng, with an option of 5 more years to renew. And on the side of the businesses, we've confirmed businesses up to 2026. So we're working 5 years, 6 years ahead, so that we know that in terms of our economy, we are stable. I mean, you've seen last year the conference that we've brought into the province, the African Investment Forum, that has brought so many businesses and so many investors into the destination, and it's here for 3 years. And we are going to make sure that we bring such businesses, such conferences into the destination, so that we can build our economy, not only our economy, but also our social status, so that we are balanced in terms of our socio-economic impact.
Thank you for talking to us. Thanks so much for talking to us here. Nonnie Kubeka, who's the head of Gauteng Convention and Events Bureau, and just talking about where Gauteng fits into all of this and the different types of tourism that you get. And I love that one. If you want to come here, you know, go home looking 20 years younger. So there's business in Botox. Don't you love that? Okay, let's take a break. We'll have more after this. Do stay tuned to Morning Live.